What's up, guys? My name is Jellycut5 and welcome back to another preview on the channel. It's Chelsea versus Bournemouth. It's the final one of the season and let's get straight into it. But before we do, it'd be much appreciated if you haven't done so already to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Chelsea versus Bournemouth then, Stamford Bridge at 4 o'clock kickoff on Sunday then, as we have the final game of the season. Looking forward to this one. It's going to be very interesting, that is for sure. Chelsea only needed a point to be able to secure 6th place and could go 5th if Tottenham were to lose and Chelsea were to win. As much as Sheffield United have been abysmal this season, it'll be very interesting to see what they can do, and it'll be nice if they're able to kind of take that away from Tottenham and we were to get a 5th spot. Bournemouth don't really have anything to play for apart from pride, in all honesty. Dom Solanke faces his former side then as he visits Stamford Bridge, and we've also got Reece James suspended due to the violent conduct issue against Brighton Hove Albion there on Wednesday. But yeah, this is going to be big for us. Let's get into this preview then and let's talk everything about this particular game. Looking at the last 5 that we've currently played against Bournemouth, we won 3, we drew 2, and we've lost none in the last 5 against Bournemouth. In the actual history itself, we've won 13, drawn 2, and lost 5, so the record is pretty stable if you would ask me. They have won 3 times at Stamford Bridge, only 2 wins in 6 for the Cherries though, as of the moment. And in terms of our form, we've really picked things up, that is for sure. 4 wins in a row out of the last 5 games there after that drew against Aston Villa, and ever since losing against Arsenal, it's definitely kind of shifted us in a different direction. That is for sure. But yeah, really looking forward to this one to see what we can do at the end of the season and just end things on a high, to be honest. I don't think we expected to be in the position that we are, especially from April where we were 16 points behind Tottenham when we could actually potentially go above them. So this is a massive step in the right direction. I feel like it is the best way to sign off the season, being able to get the win and being able to kind of look forward to next season knowing what could come, and we were all going to be very intrigued for that is for sure. Looking at Bournemouth's last 6, as I mentioned, only 2 wins in 6, and they haven't really been doing well. 2-1 loss against Brentford, 3-0 loss against Arsenal. We won 3-0 against Brighton, that was a good victory. 1-0 against Wolves there. 3-1 loss against Aston Villa, and that 2-2 draw against Manchester United. Not the best of seasons. I would say it's an improvement for Bournemouth. They've recently just signed the contract extension for their manager, which have been doing quite well for them in honesty. Bournemouth currently sitting 11th in the table, so they'll definitely take that, being recent years where they've been quite close to relegation and have been relegated themselves into the Championship and obviously got themselves back up to the Premier League. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they kind of stand, that is for sure. I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how they kind of play out at the same time, because at the end of the day they don't really have much to play for, but it'd be really interesting to see how their manager does set them up. They haven't been good in the last 6, don't get me wrong, but they've definitely had a good season, and I reckon they'd like to finish things off on a high and potentially get a victory. In terms of my prediction for Sunday's game, I reckon we're going to win 3-0. I reckon it's going to be too easy for us. In Thiago Silva's last game for the club, may I mention also, it's so sad to see, it's unbelievable, but I really want us to round out on a high. I feel like it'd be the best way to do so, and I feel like we're going to have too much quality for Bournemouth. We've showed it in so many recent games as of late. Even with poor performances, we've still been able to grind out results. I reckon we're just going to have too much quality for Bournemouth, and I reckon it will be a nice day at the Bridge, done it for sure. So I'm going for a 3-0 Chelsea win. We got the last prediction right. Let's see if we get this one right. Looking at the current injury list, Enzo Fernandez, Romeo Lavia, Wesley Fofana, Robert Sanchez, and we've had one added also, Mykhailo Mudryk. That poor bit of concussion there against Brighton. How Lamptey never got sent off for that, I'm not too sure. But yeah, he is added to the injury list also due to concussion protocols, which is fair enough. There's no point risking it with such a heavy injury at the same time. Injuries have kind of got better as we've gone on into the season. I feel like that showed in our form. The less injuries, the better we've performed, that is for sure. But these are the injuries. Hopefully by the start of the season, we won't have anybody by this point, and we're going to be seeing a lot of these players in pre-season being able to perform to their highest of heights. But yeah, these are the injuries for tomorrow's game, and it seems to be that we're going to have pretty much a full fit squad. Last but not least, this is my lineup prediction for tomorrow's game. Looking at it, Petrovic in goal, Cucurella on the left, Chalobah and Silva as a centre-back partnership, as Gusto on the right-hand side, Caicedo and Gallagher in the middle of the part there with Nkunku, Palmer, Madueke and Jackson up top. My explanations for this team, obviously Petrovic in goal, it's pretty self-explanatory. Who else but Petrovic? Cucurella is going to be on the left-hand side. Ben Chilwell is back fit, but he won't be able to kind of start the game whatsoever. He may come on later on in the game, but yeah, I don't see see him starting whatsoever. Cucurella has had a really good end to the season. It would be nice to see him round off things with a high. We've got to see Thiago Silva for one last time. I know he didn't previously play against Brighton Hove Albion and came on as a substitute, but we've got to see one last hurrah for Thiago Silva, that is for sure. And who better but Trevor Chalobah to partner him. Every time he started a particular game for Chelsea, we have won it, and he has been absolutely phenomenal for us. I know there's been many talks, obviously, before him even kind of coming on, before his injury, there was talks about him going leaving the club and things like that, but he's too good, that is for sure. We're going to see so much more Trevor Chalobah if he were to be kept next season. What a man he is, and it'd be nice to see him partner Thiago Silva. Malo Gusto on the right hand side. Obviously, after Reece James' suspension, there's no other choice but Malo Gusto. They could actually switch it and put Chalobah on the right and put Badiashile in the centre-back role, but I've just never really favoured it, and to be honest, I do like Badiashile, but there's an extent where I feel like you kind of have to change it up to your strongest side, and that I feel is our strongest back four. Gallagher and Caicedo in the middle. Ever since Gallagher's been partnering Caicedo, he's got the best out of Caicedo, to be honest. He's been so phenomenal in the middle of the park, just being such a maestro and such a player that we actually bought originally from Brighton, so it's nice to see him get better in their performances, and that 100 million price tag is slowly creeping up to something that he's living up to. But yeah, it'd be nice to be able to see one back in the midfield kind of fold, and that is my two midfielders. In terms of the attacking perspective, Nkunku, Palmer and Madueke, and Nkunku came on after Mykhailo Mudrik's injury, and obviously I don't think he'll do the full 90. We have got players to be able to substitute him at the same time. I don't think he'll do the full 90, but I reckon he will be able to start the game, that is for sure. It's really nice to see that iconic celebration with the balloon and himself get the goal. It was nice to be able to see him get the monster goals in the end of the day, and just see him on the pitch because he's such a talent. So I reckon Christopher Nkunku will be there. Madueke will come in on the right hand side. He started many games for Chelsea so far, and he's been fairly consistent, so he will be in the fold. And who else but Cole Palmer in the middle of that attacking force then. Another goal added to the tally from against Brighton Hove Albion, and it'd be nice to see him get a few more goals added to the tally for the end of the season. Nicholas Jackson up top. Obviously we don't have any striker alternatives. It'd be nice to see him if he can get up to a decent figure with a few goals against Bournemouth also. Jackson's had a good season in my opinion. He's come under a lot of critics, but it's fair enough because he's missed a lot of opportunities. But for 30 odd million from Villarreal, a man that's never played in the Premier League, he started so well. He's done better than Drogba's debut season. Could this be the start of something special? And if he's got someone next to him or a little bit of competition next season, we might just see the best out of Nicholas Jackson. But this will be my lineup. It's a 4-2-3-1 formation, the formation that Pochettino has stuck with throughout a lot of the times in this game and in the season. And I feel like he's found the formation that's really worked for him and the system that is Chelsea. But this will be my side. I reckon we'll be fine. I reckon it'll be comfortable. It'll be a sad day to see Thiago Silva play his final game in a Chelsea shirt, but it'll be a memorable one at the same time. Let's get 6th spot. Let's round off things with a high, and we'll all be supporting Sheffield United, that is for sure, as we hope to see them get a victory over Tottenham Hotspur for ourselves to be able to kind of go into 5th spot. Obviously, we can go into 6th spot on Sunday, but it's the case of obviously if Man United were to win the FA Cup, we will drop down to Europa Conference League proceedings, but I don't think that's going to affect us too much. I feel like Manchester City will get the better of Man United, and if we were to win or get a draw tomorrow, then we'll be having it where we will having Europa League places. But this is my preview for the Chelsea versus Bournemouth game. Catch me on Sunday for the review. Also, I'll be posting that later at time. I'm going to the game, so bear with me. As soon as I get back, I will be uploading the review. But this is it for the preview, the last one of the season. We're going to be seeing so much more Chelsea content throughout the summer with the transfers and maybe a little bits with the Euros at the same time. But this is it for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one. And don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.